The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shannon Gross.
You are looking, oh man, this is going to be fun. Let's see how this works out. Looking live at Tostitos Championship Plaza outside Ford Center at the Star in Frisco, Texas, where it is 63 degrees. The high is 64. The low is 54. Yes, I'm having voice problems.
God.
Yeah.
That is Shannon. This is Nate. This is Kurt. This is Kurt One Pump Daniels, because 2 pumps will get you a flag. In the back is Chris Beam, keeping us live and local. Even during the holidays, I am Salt and Pepper Poppy. Together, we make Hanging with the Boys, the sports talk equivalent of Braille people.
Feel.
Oh, ew. Whoa, ew.
What?
Ew. What terrible energy. What terrible
Do it again.
energy.
Run it again.
Together, we make Hanging with the Boys, the sports talk equivalent of Braille people. Feel.
You come in here and you half give us
Late.
You know he can't.
You know what,
and then we don't give it to him.
Oh.
He want to charge us up when he kind of lacking. You know what I'm saying? Your
When
energy
we
wasn't there.
speak.
Yeah. Your energy was lacking walking in the door, big fella.
Man.
Wingstop is heat.
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
You be quiet,
Go,
bro.
Chris.
You speak when you have to. You just run the wing stop.
Man.
Sorry. My bad.
Energy, man. What's up, Kurt? What's up with the energy here
Good to
today,
see you.
man?
I don't know.
A little rainy outside.
Yeah,
Nobody got no energy
rainy.
today?
No.
We got a football game this week, baby.
Well, everybody was on time except one guy.
Oh, one guy showed up yesterday and nobody else showed up. You know what I'm saying?
One guy doesn't know how to read
But we
the
showed
schedule,
up the day
apparently.
before you didn't show up.
Now that day.
Yeah, the Holly's helping hands. You was
I had
working.
to work. I had to do some things, man, for
all
the
right?
community. Everything went great.
Yeah.
We ain't playing the team wearing red this week, right?
No.
No.
Okay, all right,
Nope.
Thank God.
He got the interchangeable Nike sweatsuit
Yeah.
in every color. He got red today.
I got red today. I'm safe.
You're good. Santa Claus.
Yeah. There you go. Ho, ho, ho.
Don't do it next week.
Helping hands.
Next week.
Apologize for
That's
my,
like crimson. That's like
Yeah.
crimson.
It's on the chart.
It's on the chart. All right.
Yeah.
Stay away from that one. Then.
apologize for my voice in advance. Up until about an hour ago, I couldn't even speak. So we'll see if I make it through.
For the
this.
night in Vegas does to you, huh?
That's right. You were. Where'd you go? You went to Vegas?
Vegas.
Oh.
I had to go out there for the night for work and come right back.
Work.
Yeah. I stayed up. And
Work,
I
people.
I hit the poker
You had to
table.
make that $10 back. You lost.
I hit the poker table. About 8 hours. But just, post nasal drip and dry desert air and staying up till 3 a.m. Not a real good combo for
Probably
your voice. So,
No,
how we doing?
Other things that you can't say that happened in Vegas. We got you.
No, that was a pretty lame trip.
Yeah.
So,
We'll talk
Middles and
about it.
Dentals, Wednesday. How are y'all? How's everything?
I'm good.
Good.
I'm good.
Yeah, hanging
I'm
in there.
good, man.
I'm going to the eye doctor tomorrow.
Okay.
Oh,
And then the dentist.
Little pink eye.
The dentist on the 31st. I will find out. I don't
There's no ears and throat
My
doctors.
boy Kurt be on it. My
It's all
boy
in one
Kurt
building.
be
I
on
don't need that. I just
You
don't
don't-
need it. If I get through today, I'll
You
be
gotta
able
go to the eye
I'll be
doctor
able
and come back from
tomorrow.
Vegas. Kurt, Kurt caught me. Kurt picked up what I put
Trying
down.
to glaze over it.
Yeah, okay.
Because you eat too many glazed donuts,
Yeah.
you get pink eye.
Yeah, careful where you put your face at.
Watch out. There's a couple different ways you can get pink eye.
Yeah, but you know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what you're talking
Yeah.
about. We just keep on talking.
Yeah.
Just keep on going.
How about them Chargers?
Yeah. What'd you think about the Vikings game? Let's lead off with that.
Yeah, you guys haven't had a chance. Well, on these airwaves, you hadn't had a chance to.
Yeah, I kind of, back to what I said when we were giving predictions. I said the Cowboys have to blow this team out, or if they kept it close, this team was going to win. We knew what they were going to be exotically on defense, and they were that. Brian Flores showed you exactly who he was, and at times you had answers, at times you didn't have answers. But overall, disappointed. Just disappointed. Just another one of those games where you look back on the season, you go,
Coulda.
team we shouldn't have lost to.
Yeah.
Team we shouldn't have lost to. And another quarterback comes into your home who is below average. J.J. McCarthy's below average. And I think this is another one of the cases where a quarterback that hasn't had rhythm, hasn't played well, hasn't been doing things up to expectation, comes in your house. And the biggest thing that about the whole situation was, as I'm watching the game, I remember looking over to my co-host, Jeff Kavanaugh, and I said, he's far too comfortable. I said, you can see the rhythm begin to pick up.
Little confidence.
This was, it was, nothing was a strain for him, which led to the play caller being like, we can call what we want. When there's no strain to the quarterback and it doesn't look hard or difficult for him, now the play caller believes whatever I call could probably work. There's no hesitation, no restrictions. And there was a series or two where he just was back there and it wasn't these devastating blows, but it was just the comfortability in which he worked with. And when a quarterback, especially those who struggle with confidence, struggle with consistency, struggle with those type of things, when you allow them confidence, they get better. But if you make them spiral out of control, they're going to spiral completely out of control. And never was there a time in that game where JJ was close to spiraling in a negative direction. No. Everything came so easy, and the play caller got into a rhythm, and you had no answers for it.
Yeah, I think that was my biggest letdown was the defense. You thought maybe you had it fixed. Maybe last week was a little bit of a fatigue issue, and then it was like,
10 days.
Are we like, are we better off? Yeah, we're definitely better off than what we were at the beginning of the season, but
are we?
That's the question. How much? Is it this much?
Because the Cowboys, kind of like because pre-Quinnen, the Cowboys were 31st, 32nd, 44th, right, ranked defense in the league. They're only about 28, 29 now.
Yeah, a little bit.
I mean, it's better, but
right.
You're still in that back half of defenses in this league.
And it didn't help that that was pretty much the nail in your coffin. So all hope is basically gone because Eagles have to lose out, you've got to win out to be able to get in. That's it.
Play Washington twice.
I think it was just an overall kicking.
And I'll say one last thing, and this is not just for this season, but for this whoever the coordinator is going forward. And I would like to see a little bit more of this from our offensive coordinator. When you begin to talk about the good coordinators of this league, and I was listening to a guy this morning who I have an immense amount of respect for. I played against him. He's a dude, Luke Kuechly, right? Yeah. And listening to Luke, and I had this feeling as well, but Luke kind of just put more things in perspective for me. Offensive coordinators like McVay, Shanahan, O'Connell, who we just played, they do a tremendous job with setting plays up. They give you the same play from 6 different looks, and then they just work you throughout the course of the game, and then they get a chance to set these plays up and to work these over time. And if your defense isn't good enough to adjust to it, then that's when they find that rhythm. And they'll go, all right, well, this is because they watch your defense and they'll go, all right, they're weak in this area. And I'll just keep giving you different looks to get to that area that I know that you're weak at. And the good coordinators do that. I kind of want to start seeing some more of those type things from Schottenheimer, and then whoever our defensive coordinator is going forward. This is what you have to coach up against. The good ones that you're looking at now that'll be coming out of the NFC is, like I said, the Niners, the Niners,
Seahawks,
the Seahawks, the Rams, the Vikings, the Lions, the Packers. All of these type teams kind of give you those type of offensive coordinators. The Bears, right? And so this is what you have to look forward at going forward. So whoever your DC that comes in here, if it's Eberflus, okay, cool. If it's not Eberflus, this is what you have to get ready for.
How do you guys look at that? Because Jerry had some things to say about the D coordinator on the radio. Would you guys?
What did he say, Shannon?
I think he said, I'm maybe misquoting this, but basically, the next 3 games are going to have a lot to do with who's here next year in that position?
He's evaluating over the next 3 games. It was asked defensively specifically, and he said these next 3 games, we're watching everybody. These next 3 games are vital in the evaluation process.
Something along the lines of these quarterbacks have been coming in and having their best days against the Cowboys.
And we know
that's disappointing.
Yeah, and we know Jerry's spoken in the past about how he, in past lives, he's pulled the trigger a little too quick on coordinators and head coaches. Do you think he'll, for continuity's sake, would you leave the D coordinator in place next year?
Let me just say this. He didn't pull the trigger in 2 of those guys. One guy he pulled the trigger on. The other 2 guys, one took a head coaching job in Washington.
Yes.
The other one, when you fired the head coach, he left too. So it wasn't like you pulled the trigger on these guys. Yeah. Now, yes, will it lead to you having your fifth defensive coordinator? Sure. But it wasn't like you were pulling the trigger on these guys.
No, I mean he's spoken about not hanging on to head coaches before Jason Garrett. Mm-hmm. He would let head coaches go too quick,
right? Because
there wasn't that continuity there.
Right.
And then some would argue that now he's held on to coaches too long. Mm-hmm. So that's what I meant by pulling the trigger.
The biggest thing for the Cowboys to me, and this is overall, they're extreme overcorrectors. Like they when it comes time to correct something that we've all said, hey man, this has been a sore for a really long time, right? Instead of just like, all right, let's address it, they over-address it. Like they go overboard.
It's like you almost wait too long to do something.
You wait too long, and then now you have to go, and you're like, wait, no.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like now that we're talking about this, and now you look at, all right, you're dealt Matt Eberflus, and feel however you want to feel about Matt Eberflus. I'm gonna continue to say what Nate says to me. Let fans fan how they want to fan.
Yeah.
But you're faced with Matt Eberflus, right? Now, you talked about all offseason. You talked about continuity and to your point, pulling the trigger on guys and all that. And we want to have continuity. We haven't had that. That's part of why the defense. Now you're faced with this. Now what are you going to do?
Right.
Are you going to stay to your word and try to say, you know what, let's get this guy some better players. Let's give him an opportunity not to come into an offseason and snatch the best defensive player on this team and probably one of the best in this league off the team and say, here you go, try this out for size. Or you're going to go ahead and let him get players that fit his scheme or what have you and ride this thing out again? Or are you going to pull the rug out again? Because whoever you bring in, you're going to face the same things this year in the sense of who fits what I want to do. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And are you now going to give them, and again, because this is what I'm talking about overcorrecting, are you now going to do all your drafting and all your offseason signings and all that kind of stuff? Is it going to be just thrown at the defense? Because you still got some issues over here on offense that you probably need to address too. So it's like, are you going to super overcorrect one way and miss another way? Or, you're going to be faced with some of the same things that you were faced with a year ago this year.
I just think whatever they decide to do, I'm going to tell you what you need. Now, they can overcorrect, undercorrect. You need a cover safety. First and foremost, you need a cover safety. You need a cover backer. This team we finna talk about, the Chargers here, either today or tomorrow, is the perfect example of what I'm talking about. Now, they do have a super safety, and they do have an elite linebacker, I think is an elite linebacker, and they got some very serviceable guys up front. But what you're looking for now is, I feel, you don't need a superstar at safety. You need a intelligent, willing to tackle, cover safety. You need an intelligent, willing to cover, willing to come up eagerly and tackle linebacker. That's where we're hurting at. Like Jesse said, you don't have to give up 5 draft picks to go up and get the top linebacker in the draft or the top linebacker, but you cannot ignore that position if it falls to you at 15 or 16. You can't say, I'm going to get one of these in the second or third round, because they're not going to be there. So I agree with you 100%, Jess. They got to go out and get the right players at the right time. Don't reach on anything. Just do what you have to do. We're going to have to address the offensive line. Now, but I will say this right here, and whoever you have as your defensive coordinator, make sure they line up or you're willing to give them what they need. If they don't line up to your thinking of who you think your majority of your players is over there, do not bring this guy in here. But if you do think that this guy can line up and do what you need him to do with your current players, you do what you do. So the reason I say it's not a hard fix is because I just saw Ben Johnson take a Eberflus team that everybody thought that couldn't win. Now they battling for the black and blue division over there. I just saw 3 years ago or 2.5 years ago a guy say, you know what? Go cook somewhere else. He told Wilson, go cook somewhere else. We'll eat this $50 million. I got my quarterback and I got my players, and all of them is signed through 27. Every one of them that count. Now he's building depth. Why is it taking us so long? The overcorrection, not having the right scheme, firing this guy, firing that guy, it would never work. The Detroit Lions proved that. You go 20 years of changing coaches every other year, you're going to have bad records. Some years you may get lucky and win 10 games, and you're a wild card, and you're back where you was getting kicked out in the first round. This up top from Mr. Jones on down, you got to start building something that will last for a minute and be effective in the playoffs. That's where you got to go with this thing.
All right, we'll take our first break. Kurt has some thoughts on the Chargers defense when we come back on Hanging with the Boys.
At Batteries Plus, we don't just sell batteries, we recycle them too. So don't toss your old ones. They're packed with critical materials we can reuse. Come in and recycle old lithium batteries found in your power tools, power banks, wearables, and small electronics. You'll score a chance to win Cowboys tickets, a VIP experience, and more. Join America's team and recycle with Batteries Plus, the official battery recycling partner of the Dallas Cowboys. Batteries Plus, the experts in charge.
You know you want those Wingstop boneless wings. With the boneless meal deal from Wingstop, you get 20 boneless wings in 4 delicious flavors and a large order of fries for just $16.99. What are you waiting for? More wings, more flavor, more bang for your buck. The $16.99 boneless meal deal from Wingstop. Order now from wingstop.com. Valid at participating locations for a limited time on orders for pickup or delivery placed via wingstop.com or the Wingstop app. Prices may vary by location. See wingstop.com/offers for full details.
How about them Cowboys? And how about them Jimmy Dean breakfast bowls? Keep your game day celebrations going with real eggs, potatoes, cheese, and our savory Jimmy Dean sausage. And with 22 grams of protein per serving, you'll have enough energy to power you from early morning to the final whistle. The no-hassle, ready-in-minutes prep makes it easy. Just heat, eat, and cheer on those Cowboys. Get yours today. Jimmy Dean brand is proud to be the official protein of the Dallas Cowboys.
Cowboys fans, SeatGeek is the only primary ticketing partner of America's team and here to help you experience all the action this season. SeatGeek makes it easy to find the perfect seats to the perfect game, so you can be part of all the touchdown celebrations and momentum-shifting takeaways this season. Whether you're getting tickets to Cowboys games or to any other live event in DFW, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. SeatGeek.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to the second segment of Hanging with the Boys, brought to you each and every show by blockchain.com.
Blockchain.
Thank you, blockchain.com. Kurt,
Yeah.
when you run a show together today,
Yeah.
You were
I was
surprised.
Surprised that this Chargers defense is no joke here. They're second in yards allowed, 279.1, ninth in points, 20.3. They've allowed 20 or less points in 6 of their last games, which they all won. I mean, this is a group that's under the radar, at least to me, is pretty stout.
Yeah. When you turn the film on for this Chargers defense, the one thing that popped off to me and Jesse Minter is their the defensive coordinator. And any Harbaugh team, I mean, it's in their DNA, whether it's Jim or John. This is a prerequisite and a non-negotiable for any team coached under Harbaugh. We will be physical. We will be physical. We're not going to have a bunch of exotic looks. We're not going to do a bunch of, we ain't doing all that. What we're going to do, we're going to do it damn good and very well. And we are going to be the most physical of the units on the field. And that's one of the first things that pops off the film with me is when you watch this team is they want to be physical. They don't have this, when you look at for like, popping athleticism, they got some really good players. Of course, they got the, longtime veteran Khalil Mack, and they're probably their best player on their defense is Derwin James, who primarily plays like this box safety type situation where he's down in the box. They use him as, some may call it like the buck or the star, or, people call it different things, kind of almost like we seen that a lot with Budda Baker, right? Not a linebacker, but not a full-out safety, but he can cover, and he's willing to, Nate said earlier, he's a willing participant when it comes to being physical and tackling. They blitz him, they put him in coverage, so he is their guy that they, whatever they need as far as
he's the Army Swiss knife.
Swiss Army knife, yes.
Yeah.
He's that guy for them. They're going to be, they're 3-4. They're going to, go ahead. You got something to say?
And once again, this is one of Jesse's phrases. If they got a single number,
I was going to say
be aware of these guys. They're like sharks.
That was on the way.
Yeah.
That was on the way.
Go ahead, old brother. You explained this thing well.
He is absolutely right. If they got a single number, look out.
Yeah.
Look out. They're playmakers for this defense. What they do as far as up front, 3-4 defense, but again, right, you're going to have 3 kind of interior defensive linemen, and you're going to have 2 of the outside backers, one of those backers being, Khalil Mack. They do similar things in what we want to do by just matching numbers on numbers. We match 5-on-5 because we're trying to get Quentin Williams one-on-ones up the interior. They do 5-on-5 because they want to get guys like Khalil Mack in one-on-one situations. So they're going to have 5 men up front and then now make you have to decide where you're going to send your help. Are you going to use your tight end to chip? Are you going to use your back to chip? Are you going to, roll away from? But that's what they want to do. 2 high safeties, they're going to run a lot of different things out of that look. You're going to get cover 4.
Is 2 high safeties kind of like a zone look?
So, yes, in essence, because normally when there's 2 high, right, like that's usually middle of the field open, 2 high safeties, it's a run look. So they kind of want you to run the ball. But the way that they kind of do different things is that they'll go 2-man. They'll go cover 4. They'll go cover 6. They'll do a lot of different things from that look, but a lot of times you're going to see just 2 high safeties in the picture, and now you have to decide whether or not you're going to run into that. Most teams when they see 2 high safeties, they're looking at it and they're saying, all right, we're going to go run the ball. So maybe this may be a week for Javonte Williams to get going, but they, like I said, they give you they're going to run some zone now, but again, they do what they do very well. So where guys are supposed to be spot dropping to, they're going to spot drop to there. They're going to be where they're supposed to be. Not many guys in this one, like us, blow assignments, blow coverages, let guys loose and free and stuff like that. If they're supposed to be here, they're getting there. If they're supposed to be there, they're getting there.
Even if they're getting blocked, they are in their gaps. To the sideline. You may block him to the sideline. He know that he got to force you back inside, and here comes the other guy running. This, I'm with you, Jess. They will, no matter who you are. Let me add to this right here. And y'all heard me say this a couple of times early in the year. Our center, when number 99 lines up on him, better be ready. I'm telling you now. He better be ready. Go ahead on, Jeff.
No, and good tackling team. One of the things about how they play zone coverage is, when you talk about, getting interceptions and turnovers.
17 of them.
They're when you play a zone, you're dropping the spots, but your eyes are kind of always looking back towards the quarterback. So if there's, if pressure's coming from interior or outside with Khalil Mack and company, if you get tips and overthrows, there are guys. There's not the backs won't be turned. So they're always looking at the quarterback, trying to see where they can be disruptive at in that zone, in those zone dropping lanes and areas. So like I said, nothing exotic. Like we watched last week against the Vikings. It was exotic, right? It's 7 guys at the line of scrimmage, all 7 might come. It's 7 guys at the line of scrimmage, 4 may come. It's 7 guys at the line of scrimmage, 3 may come, and 5 may drop. All that confusion won't be there. It's going to be, we're going to line up, and we may do some late conversion, but you won't have to worry about these different looks. But now you have to be good at what you do because they're very good at what they do.
With their safeties and James in there, are they tough to attack in the middle? You got to go
in the run game or passing game.
Either one.
In the run game, because those guys, like I said before, those guys with those guys up front, man, they hold their blocks, they tackle well. They're gonna make you earn everything up front. They're not giving up. They're not a team that, again, jumping out of gaps and giving up big plays in the run game. They're gonna make you have to earn it, and they're gonna tackle you a lot.
Let me say this: go and look at the film. Go and look at the highlights.
Catching what?
Contagious over here.
This I understand this right here. George, I've been all about you, brother, the whole year. Don't lazy route your slants. I'm telling you.
They jump them.
No, they're going to jump him. Is I'm lying, Jess?
No.
This is a different team now. Their corners and safeties take great pride. Okay, you catch the ball, I'm going to punish you. They take great pride in tackling hard. They like to finish. They like great basketball coaches say, until you get the rebound, the play is not over. The possession is not ours. Until they take you to the ground, the play is not over. They tackle hard, man. They tackle hard.
All right.
And they 10-4, 10-5, or 10-4.
And need to win.
And need to be.
How's this team stack up to the other physical teams we played? Detroit's and whoever, Philly.
Defensively, I want to say they just as tough.
Yeah.
They tougher than Detroit defensively.
They're tough. They're a
Where
physical bunch.
Detroit is physical at Detroit to get you offensively.
Yeah.
But defensively, this team here, this team will lock you. And I'm telling you, and I know that this ain't a big stat with most guys or most people that scout, but if you give me a nose guard that can control a center, you can be in trouble. You can be. I always believe that. I will always believe that. I've seen it and I believe it. Keep number 99 out of your backfield. You got to. Just like I told y'all against Denver, that little spark plug they had, he wore our center out. I don't want that to happen again here.
All right, let's take our last break. When we come back, final segment, Hanging with the Boys. Be right back.
Hey, Cowboy fans. Keith Davis here, former Cowboys safety.
Keith Davis into the end zone.
You know what separates champions from the rest? Making the right move at the right moment. With blockchain.com, that's never been easier. The Cowboys became America's team by striking bold when it mattered most. Now it's your turn. Invest like your icons with blockchain.com. Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys today to get started and learn more. That's blockchain.com/Cowboys.
Crown Royal and the Dallas Cowboys are bringing back the Royal Rig for Season 2. See it in action at AT&T Stadium on Thanksgiving Day, where the Dallas Cowboys take on the Kansas City Chiefs, and around Dallas on November 26th and November 28th. Visit crownroyal.com to see where else the Royal Rig is stopping this NFL season. That's crownroyal.com. Please drink responsibly.
At At Batteries Plus, we don't just sell batteries, we recycle them too. So don't toss your old ones. They're packed with critical materials we can reuse. Come in and recycle old lithium batteries found in your power tools, power banks, wearables, and small electronics. You'll score a chance to win Cowboys tickets, a VIP experience, and more. Join America's team and recycle with Batteries Plus, the official battery recycling partner of the Dallas Cowboys. Batteries Plus, the experts in charge.
Cowboys fans, SeatGeek is the only primary ticketing partner of America's team and here to help you experience all the action this season. SeatGeek makes it easy to find the perfect seats to the perfect game, so you can be part of all the touchdown celebrations and momentum-shifting takeaways this season. Whether you're getting tickets to Cowboys games or to any other live event in DFW, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official primary ticketing partner of the Dallas Cowboys. SeatGeek.
Back to Hangin' with the Boys.
Well, welcome back to the final segment. I'm going to make it Hanging with the Boys, brought to you each and every show by 7-Eleven, open 24/7. Jesse.
Yes, sir.
Who is going to be our guy this week that can get open 24/7 against this defense?
Deion Hanley.
No, against the defense. Not
Number 0. You're going to be open. I promise you, boy.
I think the running lanes for Dak Prescott. The running lanes for Dak Prescott.
Really?
Yeah.
But was he going to take them, though?
I said they'll be open. I ain't say he was going to take them. You know what I'm saying? 7-Eleven open all day long. They got pizza, wings, all that kind of stuff in there. They got, they got drinks and all that. You got to go in there and go get it.
Yeah.
I think there will be some opportunities, and I think that.
Why is that?
Because when you go 5-on-5, right? Everybody has there's lanes. You got to just find them. And then when people drop in the coverage, they're going to a specific spot. So you have to just find, where those things in. I saw a couple quarterbacks, I watched Patrick Mahomes do it last week and just finding those alleys and being mobile, which Dak has done a really good job maneuvering and manipulating the pocket all year long with that offensive line. But I just, you talk about overcorrecting. One thing that I can't change Shotty, and people always say, you try to tell Shotty how to be a man. I never did that. But there is one thing that I kind of, Shotty does this thing where if he is overly criticized in the media about something, then he comes into the next game and he tries to prove that he can do it. Like, it was like, oh, he's not being aggressive enough. And then, so for me, and I think these next 3 games with the level of desperation, with that 1% chance, you're in it until you're not in it, right? Till you're mathematically eliminated. I think you're going to see Shotty at home against a good team. This is a good team, not a great team, not a super talented team, for a really good team. His aggressiveness is going to be there. So when you're talking about going forward on 3rd and 4th down and all 4th down, I think using Dak, using his legs.
Hurry up and get down, Dak.
Using his legs on some situations, maybe down even in the red zone. I wouldn't be shocked if they take a play from the Vikings playbook, and use that bootleg like they got done on us. I don't know if Dak's going to gritty when he get in there, but using Dak in the plan of aggressiveness against a team like this could possibly be.
Speaking of legs, are we just spoiled? Or is there something to be worried about with Brandon Aubrey missing a couple of field goals? Because we're just not used to that. Like, we've been spoiled with how good he is. Is that, it only takes one bad game to kind of sometimes send a kicker off.
Yeah, they sent my boy on that fake field goal. They tired his legs out. He ain't used to running like that. Like, you think about it.
Every other special team player. Oh, I can run the ball now.
Yeah. Oh, see,
Shot.
See. But yeah, I jokingly, that's probably the farthest he ran in a long time in one play. Normally it's 3-4 steps to the ball, through the net, back to the sideline. He ain't put that much work in getting downhill, running with some veracity and velocity. I don't think so. I think Aubrey will be fine. I think he's human, and I think but I do think we get a little bit conservative. I do think in the back of Coach Schottenheimer's mind, he just go, when we cross midfield, we're good from 60. Yeah. We're good from 65. And sometimes that in the back of his mind is there, and you get a little bit conservative because you just think, 65 is indoors, it's a chip shot. And does part of me blame him? No. I've had a kicker that's shown me time and time again with ease that I can go from 60. Despite the 2 misses, we can't let those 2 misses negate the 7,000 other ones that he made. You know what I'm saying?
But really, these last 2 games against Detroit and the Vikings, the Cowboys settled for field goals. They couldn't, field goals aren't going to win you games against some of those teams. Is that a problem? You kind of mentioned it. Shotty knows he's got Aubrey in his back pocket. Is he relying on him too much?
Could be. Could be.
Wow. Let me say this, fellas. The closer you get to the end of the year, the more – we're not the only team, and not Minnesota, but other teams that we play. We're not the only team that's in a playoff hunt. And the closer you get to the end of the season and you kicking field goals and they make scoring touchdowns – it does become a big factor. The closer you get to the end of the season, if you got a lot, and I'll say it again, the kickers are at their best when you have a lights-out defense, not a lights-out offense. Because if you had a lights-out offense, you wouldn't need the kicker. But if you got a lights-out, the Ravens lived on it. The Steelers have lived on it. Great kicking. That is when we saw right here. Where's the defense great at? You kick 3, they go down and score 6. You kick 3, they go down and score 6. Now you're down 8 points almost. Every time 8 points. Now all we got to do is get a touchdown and go for 2. A 2 that we ain't normally making. So, Aubrey, keep doing what you're doing. I've got into it with Kyle Yeoman's other guy on another. I say, if he's our MVP, we ain't going to the playoffs. Simple as that, bro. If your kicker is the MVP and not of the Super Bowl, you're not going to the playoffs.
Yeah.
2 games in a row now that we've seen, I guess, CD and Flanoy be more, I don't know, part of the game plan, but more involved than we have Pickens. Is that, Jesse, you want to get messy here? Is that something to worry about?
Nah.
No messiness for me. No, I mean.
Is that just what's going to happen when you have 2 elite receivers? There's going to be a couple weeks where you don't have your game.
It's offensive line time.
I say this. When I come on this show and I try to explain to people the difference between athletic receivers and route running receivers and why I'm such a fan of those of the route running variety, it's from moments like this. Because you don't think Jamar Chase gets double teamed? You don't think that? You don't think so? You don't think
Justin Jefferson?
He don't get double teamed? You don't think? I mean, I've been around here long enough. We all Kurt don't wear a beard, but we all got grays in our beard. If Kurt wore a beard, he'd probably have gray.
He got him on his head. Yeah.
So I've been around here long enough to know.
That's why I keep his shirts.
Yeah. I watch CD run around here with a bunch of maybes. Double team every single week. 1,700 yards. 1,100 yards. 1,200 yards.
10 TD.
That's why I'm not gonna argue with y'all when it comes to this receiver thing. I'm not doing that because I've seen it up close and personal. What matters to a guy? What matters to me when it comes to dudes who run routes and understand coverages and how to get open to just physically gifted dudes. And so when you tell me, oh, he got taken out the game because he was double teamed, bull crap. I've seen it. I've seen dudes who didn't have a number one on the other side, or 1B or 2A, whatever you want to call it on the other side, get busy.
Michael Irvin.
You worry that they will,
Uh-oh.
like you said, they go one extreme. Will they try to get him more involved and force it, or is there any concern about that? Try to get him going.
I don't know. Dak gonna throw to the open guy.
I hope so.
You know what, man? What we're asking for now, and you have no malice in your heart. No, what you're asking for is an interception. That's what you're asking for. This team.
Well, how's that? I don't understand.
Will we get him involved? If they double teaming him, the tips and overthrows, this team got 17 of them, taking them almost 3 or 4 of them to the house.
Yeah.
He's got to throw to the open man. That when your quarterback, and we said this a lot of years ago, man, I wonder how Dak gonna wake up this morning knowing that we gonna win and lose through him. That's a lot of pressure on a quarterback. That's why I like that we got these 2 quality wide receivers. I just wish our offensive line would stay healthy and play together and be a unit, because we said earlier, what do they do with these receivers? Everybody is taking their turn showing up. CD showed up early. Pickens done went through the whole season. Jason Ferguson done had his period. Jake Ferguson done had his period. Even Javonte Williams done had his day. When is our offensive line going to have their day? When is we going to come in here and say, hey, man, these boys, hey, they that 150 was on them.
How many games we got left? 3? Better do it quick.
Yeah. I'm just – every team that's in the playoffs has a serviceable offensive line. Every team that ain't got the E yet, E dash, that mean you eliminated. ESPN got it right there, just as bold every day. You ain't got to worry about listening to Vegas, because we can't gamble no way. So just look for the E, bro. If you survive not getting the E this past week, I mean, you're still in it. But your offensive line got to play. The further you go, the tougher the teams, the more the desperations. If you don't have a dominant offensive line or a dominant defensive line, or both, you out of this thing. Great quarterback or not, you out of this thing.
And we're out of here. We're out of time. Good seeing you, Jesse.
Well, we getting out on time, that bad voice.
Yeah, good seeing you, Nate. Kurt, thanks for bringing it. Chris, thanks for keeping us on air. Josh, thanks for keeping him company. I almost made it to the whole show.
Shouting out to everybody who loves us.
Thanks for fighting through.
Thank you. Thanks for allowing me to sit in this chair.
Mental toughness right there, a little physical mental toughness. You know what I mean?
We need all these sweets. It's probably won't. Immune system will build up.
Probably.
I think it was the cookies that got him.
Yeah.
We will be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Cowboys defense, Chargers offense on Hanging with the Boys.
We out!
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!